What y'all think about what's going on within the city? The state and everything like that.
And I think it's due to our educational system. Memphis educational system is messed up right now, bro. And it's really nothing for these young guys to do. So we have to come together as a community, man. Try, put something to use for these young guys, man. But
right. So with what you saying, what can be put into play, or what can we do to try to get the YNs, they call them, they got a whole title now. You know what I'm saying? What can we put into play for them, and what would that look like if you was able to explain?
First thing is what y'all doing now. Just putting out a blueprint showing them the different outlets, things that they can do, like this right here. And just keep, talking to the young brothers and listen to what they got to say too.
What do y'all think about the Bible? What form of education can the Bible bring to our community, to our people, to the young brothers, the sisters, and different things like that?
And really, the Bible has to be taught, but it's got to be taught the right way. You know what I'm saying?
So what is the right way? Because say for instance, we open up this Bible, what's the first thing you think a young black man or woman should know pertaining to this Bible?
I think they should know that it's about God.
So you basically speaking about identity, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like when you said black, I'm like, oh, hey man, that's a key word when you actually read the Bible. Sure. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? Like he said, the traditional church does not teach it to the young black men.
Introducing myself, I'm Yashar, you know what I'm saying? I'm also Yashar.
Yeah, my name is Austin Fingers.
Yeah. I was born Zia Judah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's how I got a 14 again.
What y'all think about what's going on within the city? The state and everything like that.
Man, with the National Guards in here, man, influx of state troopers, man. I ain't gonna lie, economically, it is a lot of black businesses have taken a dive, bro. You know what I'm saying? The people, they scared to get out, you know what I'm saying? And the real problem, and I hate to put the YNs in such a box, but the real problem, they in the inside, they hide. And really, crime is still going on, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's due to our educational system. Memphis educational system is messed up right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Youth outreach programs is really nothing for these young guys out here to do. They just now implementing trade programs back in the high school, like barbering. They just put barbering back in high school. And it's really nothing for these young guys to do. So we have to come together as a community, man, to try and put something to use for these young guys, man. But with the National Guard and like I said, it's our economy took a real hit, bro.
Right. So with what you saying, what can be put into play, or what can we do to try to get the YNs, as they call them, they got a whole title now. You know what I'm saying? What can we put into play for them, and what would that look like if you was able to explain it?
Oh, man, I'm gonna be 100, man. I don't have all the answers, you know what I'm saying?
Right, for sure.
I just know the guys that I see, the young guys that I see, and I talk to on a regular basis, you know what I'm saying? Young guys and the problems they have with gang situations and just really not having no money. These little cats ain't got no money, man. It's a gas station right across the street, man. It's cats up there, man, in their teens, big, you know what I'm saying? I want to help them out, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, they trying to set me up for the ride or what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And me and my guy right here, I'm not trying to put him on the spot, but he's one of the ones, he's a staple in the community too. And me and him, we talk a lot about how we can, put certain things in play where, you know what I'm saying, we can help put a change in our community, man, because we born and raised out here. South Bend, different parts of South Bend, you know what I'm saying? So we done seen it all, but I'm gonna be honest, man, at this point, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Hey, what's your name? You don't mind me asking?
Black.
Black?
Yes, sir.
Hey, we're gonna show you something too, because that's a good thing in a sense if you're looking for identity. But to answer the same question, can you elaborate on it a little bit? Because he was saying that you help with certain things like that and you're a staple. So like, what you think solutions that we could bring forth for our community to make it better, to give jobs to the young kids and different things like that?
Well, I think it can be several things that can help. First thing is what y'all doing now. Just putting down a blueprint, showing them the different outlets and things that they can do, like this right here. And just keep, I'm talking to the young brothers and listen to what they got to say too. Because sometimes it be a miscommunication, and, you know what I'm saying, how they understand, how they learn, and also how we teach. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some people teach different, some people learn different. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta talk to them young brothers, see what's going on with them, see how we can reach them.
So you basically saying going through and educating them, but not just with the education from kindergarten through 12th grade, like
real education, like life education.
Right.
You know what I mean? Talking to them for real, longevity type of education. You know what I'm saying? Not just that surface level stuff. You know what I'm saying? That people come at them with. We know that stuff ain't really got that, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they tried it with us. And here we is right now.
Yeah. So is it safe to say, okay, what do y'all think about the Bible? What form of education can the Bible bring to our community, to our people, to the young brothers, the sisters, and different things like that? What can the Bible do for our people in y'all opinion, or what y'all think, or what y'all have learned?
In my opinion, man, I know especially since COVID, black people have distanced themselves from the church. You know what I'm saying? Because there's been so much trickery going on within the traditional church, you know. And really, the Bible has to be taught, but it's got to be taught the right way. You know what I'm saying? And these cats, they just, they blindly being led. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know, but definitely the Bible, that's the number one structure. You know what I'm saying?
So what is the right way? Cause say for instance, we open up this Bible, what's the first thing you think a young black man or woman should know pertaining to this Bible?
I think they should know that it's about God.
So you basically speaking about identity, right?
Right.
Facts.
Right. So get Song of Solomon 1-5, and then we're gonna go to identity. Because that's what I want. Like when you said black, I'm like, oh, hey man, that's a key word when you actually read the Bible. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? Like he said, the traditional church does not teach it to the young black men. They don't have no guidance. They don't have no vision. So if you don't have a vision, what happens?
It's identity crisis.
It's an identity crisis. But guess what? You'll perish, right? You'll be destroyed. And then remember, they say the same history will repeat itself. We got to be the ones to change it, but we have to come back and identify it through the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? But read that.
The book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. I am black but comely.
You see that? So guess what? Like you said, let them know the Bible is about them. And what King Solomon say?
I am black but comely.
So he said, I'm black and beautiful. What you think about that? Do our people need to know that? Do the young brothers need to know that?
Most definitely.
Because what they do, they hate their skin, right? They hate the way they look. They think like our brother get dreads for what? Because they think it's gangster. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that our forefathers rocked the same type of hairstyle you have.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Watch this real quick.
The book of Song of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 11. His head is as the most fine gold. His locks are bushy and black as a raven.
So guess what? That's he ain't even got a retwist at this point. You know what I'm saying? He said his locks is bushy, hair thick, black man. Our forefather King Solomon looked just like us. Hey, what's verse 10? And we wonder, ain't they about to go?
I got you.
Yeah, so we wonder why we like jewelry and things like that. But guess what? We have to identify it according to the Bible. And then we showing you this, and we're going to show you how come we don't know it today as a nation of people.
The book of Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 10. Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels.
So what you think that mean, Black?
Jewelry.
So, but he said his teeth are comely. It's beautiful with rows of read it again.
Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels.
What they slugs?
Yeah.
He got gold all in his mouth, but our people do it. The rappers and stuff do it, and not even knowing. Like, bruh, that's in your DNA. You see what I'm saying? These things are in the Bible. And guess what? Oh, we're gonna come and take it from you. We're gonna exploit you. We're gonna give it back to you, and we're gonna have y'all to move on those type of terms. You see what I'm saying? Finish that out.
Thy neck with chains of gold.
You see that? Chains of gold around his neck. We wear jewelry. We wear more jewelry than anybody as a nation of people. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? How come we don't know those things? How come we don't know the Bible speaks about black men with locks? King Solomon. He a king. What they say? You only come from slavery. Right there, what they say? Our history started in slavery. They don't tell you before when we ruled the earth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But how come they don't know that, and how come the church don't teach that?
I think it's because it's definitely to keep your mind enslaved. It's a system of downplaying knowing the real truths about yourself and your heritage. You know what I'm saying? They use the Bible back in slavery as a fear tactic. Because, you know, they say, you know, fear God and this, that, and the other. Even Nat Turner, he was a preacher, but Nat Turner tried to flip the script and teach, you know, like how y'all were teaching, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they tried to flip it and use the Bible and scriptures as fear tactics to keep us in fear, you know, and to keep us enslaved. And I think, you know, that's part of the problem, man. Like the youth and just even older black people, because I feel like I'm the type of person too. I can learn from these youngsters too. You know, I can't be the type like, they learn everything from me. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I can learn from them to keep me upbeat. What's going on around here? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I have to equip myself with the knowledge so that I can impute in them the right type of knowledge so that they can grow and, you know what I'm saying, go forward with growing in society, man, because our people lost, bro.
Right.
Okay, let me get out of the vein real quick.
Yes, sir.
So, King, let me ask y'all. I was outside smoking, but let me ask you. What do y'all think is the problem with the black community? What's the root?
The root problem?
What you think? What all y'all think the root of the problem?
Okay, go ahead, cause I'll finish.
Because I'm gonna say, this, like I said, when I came in earlier, right? One of the things is, like we said, we take a biblical approach just to make our point. Hosea 4:6. I'm gonna show you something. You know what I'm saying? Because this evidence was happening here, so you gonna see this very thing in the city of Memphis. You know what I'm saying? You live in Memphis, right?
South Memphis.
South Memphis. Yes, sir. I'm in South Memphis, right there with you. You know what I'm saying? So yes, sir. I'm up there Wilson and South Parkway.
Good.
Yes, sir.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
So the thing is, the people we destroy from a lack of knowledge. That's part. We say that, you know what I'm saying? It's a root. It's a root reason. They don't got no knowledge. But knowledge of what? Cause we know how to flip a pack. We know how to burn some, you know, all the different slime a nigga out. That's how our people live. We know how to do all these different things, right? But it's a knowledge that we missing. Just like that, we just read about our forefathers. We just read about a king. But how many kids know that though? Because they vilify, if I got slugs in my mouth, I'm rocking a chain, and I got locks, what they call me? A thug. You know what I'm saying? I'm demonified, I'm vilified, but that's attributes of a king though. But watch this, come on.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God.
So that's the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Because the priests were the people, we the one that taught the people, we were the one that set things in order, just like now, the men mission and different things in the community, you know what I'm saying? Stand up men. Because we got men here, but how they living? They living like boys. Yeah, yes sir.
This me. When I say what's the root of the problem, social media. Social media raised these years. They doing everything with social media. Right or wrong? Y'all see it?
Yeah.
You got
Now, there was a scripture in there, Joe said.
right. But this is the thing. You have a valid point. And the only reason I said but is because, remember, we use social media too. So social media can be used for good if that person want to actually use it for good. So it goes
That's
back.
big in the game.
Right. So it goes back to the parents. Because guess what? These white ends and these they're not coming straight out the house and coming out here without parents and certain stuff. Right. I think you mentioned that, right? I think you mentioned that. You see what I'm saying? So what you're saying is a valid point, but watch this. To go along with what you're saying.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Be not deceived. Right. Evil communication corrupt good manners.
So what you're saying, that can be used for social media, but we also use social media to bring awareness to our people, to show them that they're the lost sheep. You know what I'm saying? So evil communication will corrupt your good manners, but guess what? We have to start taking those things from our kids, those things from our nieces, our nephews, and things like that, because get Psalm 78:5. Because the Bible gives us instructions on how to guide the kid.
Biblical instructions before leaving there, right now.
Right. But guess what? It's one word that it can sum it all up with. Knowledge, laws. You see what I'm saying? It's a way that we have to govern ourselves as a people. And we do not govern ourselves with no type of basic instruction before leaving the earth.
Okay, well, let me ask y'all for this. What book in the Bible have y'all read from top to bottom, third, and understood?
Which one you want to go through? Hosea, Nahum, Lamentations?
I'm saying this to say this. They say every man should at least read Proverbs and Psalms.
Why would they
Have
say
y'all ever heard that?
Yeah.
Maybe Ecclesiastes before you get to the New Testament.
Right.
But as far as whole, every man should read Proverbs and Psalms. Especially Psalm 119.
Why is that? Why would they say that?
That's how I was talking.
I'm saying right, but you come up in the era. Remember where traditions of man was really being pushed.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Right. We are at the end of that era, coming up behind it. So when they tell you, because guess what, my brother, National Guard, Army, different type of stuff, he had a Bible with Psalms and Proverbs. But guess what? They don't want you to read the other stuff because it shows you identity. It shows you a people who was ruling the earth. It shows you a people that God promised things to. It shows you Noah, our forefather, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. So when you go before Psalms and Proverbs, guess what? It shows you where King David got his strength from, his lineage. It shows you these different things. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? They'll tell you to read Psalms. It's a song. He's singing songs because he sinned against God. He broke God's laws. He come back and repented.
And those are prayers too.
Songs, prayers, songs. And Proverbs was the same thing. It was showing you how great men failed and how great men came back to God and humbled themselves. You see what I'm saying? But we don't understand it with Psalms and Proverbs. Because why? We never seen nobody else fall. We only hear the good about the Bible, so to speak. And then they give you a Caucasian image.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. We worried on the Caucasian.
But guess what? They say David Caucasian.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah. They say King Solomon Caucasian. Hey, bro. Hey, what we just read King Solomon look like?
Black.
He black.
With dreads.
With dreads.
I mean, come on.
You see what I'm saying?
If anybody knows Africa, it started the cradle civilization. Come on. Wasn't no white people there with Africa back in that.
But guess what? A lot of folks won't be able to realize that because they won't even read the Bible. You see what I'm saying? You got information that you can bring towards the Bible and bring it together. You see, but what scripture you had real quick?
Psalm 785.
Watch this, because remember we were speaking about how we can guide these kids in the instruction, the basic instruction before leaving earth. Meaning it's something you gotta be doing before you go back to that dirt. You see what I'm saying? Read it.
The book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel.
You see that? It says he established a testimony in Jacob. So now, who is Jacob? You have to, we have to literally go and figure these things out. Who is Jacob? Who is Israel? Who are the people that the Bible is talking about? Read.
And appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to...
Make them what?
Make them known to their children.
So guess what? We supposed to be teaching our children. You got brothers, sisters. Guess what? You in the household. These things supposed to be taught to our people on a continuous basis. So we got instruction on what we supposed to be doing. The Bible ain't never went nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's been on the earth. We the ones took it and now I'm gonna put it in the car and I hope I'm safe while I'm driving. You see what I'm saying? What you say?
The police gonna pull me over and put the Bible up and say no teeth. You know what?
That's what we do.
Hold on. See, you making the joke. You making the joke, but that actually worked.
I also want to reiterate on that. What y'all want is a good thing, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of black brothers, fathers, that's not in the household due to systematic racism and economics, you know what I'm saying? And one thing that we got to do, we got to teach our sons, little brothers, little cousins, nephews about our history, because they implementing laws ever since Trump been in office to erase it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, we got to. That's part of the problem too. We got to teach these people, man, not people, these youngins, where they come from. You know what I'm saying? They got, you know, they got to know they self-value and know they self-worth.
Hey, that's a heavy point, because what you're saying is us teaching them that, and you said that they taking the history and stuff out of the schools.
Yes, sir.
Why would somebody come and take your history out of school?
Man, to debilitate you. To debilitate your culture. Because you don't know where you come from, man. You don't know where you're going.
Exactly. So that means the Bible to call it destroyed. I'm destroying a nation of people. I'm scattering these people. And I'm going to put them in conditions so they won't be able to teach their kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Read that in Isaiah 1-3 real quick.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth its owner, and the ass his master's crib.
So it say the ox knoweth its owner, and the ass his master's crib. So the ox and the ass, are they smart animals?
Nah.
They dumb animals, right? Yeah. So off the muscle, the Bible is already telling you, it's for the comparison thing, but it's telling you the ox and the ass, they dumb, but guess what? They know where they belong. They know where they come from. They know who they supposed to be loyal to. They don't understand the structure. Read.
But Israel does not know. My people does not consider.
You see that? So God said, but Israel, his people, they don't know. We don't even consider that we the greatest people on the face of the earth unless it comes to sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know we don't know a black man made the stoplight, made an Xbox. We don't know. The first car. These folks came and stole our inventions and then sell it back to us. And the Bible even tells you that our wine, our wood and stuff is being sold to us. These folks come and take our stuff and sell it back to us. You see what I'm saying? But watch this. What was the name that he used up in there? Because remember, you said we got to have our identity, right? We got to teach the identity. What name did the Bible use? It say his people didn't know. What did he call his people?
Run it back.
I'm going to read the whole verse. Verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know. My people does not consider.
You see that? So guess what? Off that scripture right there alone, and you saying that we lost, that tells you that we are Israel. You see what I'm saying? Even that scripture alone, it lets you know we are lost because we don't even know our national name from what God gave us. A name as a nation, our nationality, we don't even know it. You see what I'm saying? Oh. So guess what? If you operate in the mindset of an African American, what does African American do? Like, how do an African American actually conduct himself?
Man, you want
hey,
okay. I mean, it's so many ways we act. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So many ways we act.
I call it the get along, go along guy.
Okay. Explain that, please.
Get along, go along?
Yeah, because I think I kind of know where you're going, but I want to hear what you got.
That's really kind of self-explanatory.
Well, in a sense, but can you explain it? Can you elaborate then?
You mean
no, we just going along with what they're giving us. Even though it's still a handout. It's still like the bottom of the barrel. But we content with it. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of us ain't content with it and want to strive and see us succeed and get to that level. Whatever level it's gonna be, we gotta be to a higher level. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
That makes a lot of sense. And that's a valid point. And the thing that you were saying, or was about to say, we doing everything under the sun. Yeah. But guess what? That's what an African American is. We lost. You finna say something?
Yeah, now I'm gonna say following with the African American thing, right? Because we say that term, and that's what we usually identify ourselves as. But the thing is, are we African Americans? Because where did that term even come from? We've been, like you said, to get along, go along. We've been getting along so much, we take those things that they've been giving us, and we just go along with it. African American, how many of y'all were born before 1985?
I was born in 85.
85, you were born before 85? 80. Yeah, you were born 85?
Nah, I'm born
So you were born before 85, sir? You were born before 85? 92. Okay, so the thing is,
I'm a throwback back.
but look though, but at 1985, Jesse Jackson coined that term African American. That's us. We struggling, looking for identity. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we sitting here dealing with now. You know, that's what we identifying ourselves. We not identifying who we really is. Because with him saying that, we with us learning, with some of us learning that we Israel, it actually got a purpose. Because of African American, there's two white men.
Let me ask you this.
Oh yeah.
Just to piggyback on what you were saying, do you believe that come on. No, I agree. Good. Do you believe that we were already over here? Because I follow this cat on YouTube, Sarita She, and he's coined the term FBA, Foundation of Black America. Do y'all believe that like we were already over here before the slave ships and you know, before we were transported and all that?
Right.
I mean, you know, I just want to, you know, see what y'all think.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, yes, we were already over here. We the original people, because what we teach our people is, right? Y'all hear about Israelites, y'all hear about Israelites and everything like that, right? So what we let our people know is not just black people, because black is a term they'll put on us like African American was. But you got blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, all of we Israel. And we was over here beforehand. So I'm gonna show you something. Go get what you get.
What club was that at?
Admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
With the Zulu Nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
Yeah. We just here. We trying to get we want to hear how people got to say, man. You know, we might ask you a question, so it's on your choice. You want to answer? Hey, we gonna ask you a question because you know you see what's going on here in Memphis, don't you?
I'm enjoying life, man.
You like how you like how the city is, though?
I'm enjoying life, man. You know?
For sure.
All I have to do is pray for people, man. Keep on pushing. Though.
Yes, sir.
I don't let it affect what I got going. I'm enjoying life, man. That's all I can say, man. I can pray for everybody, man. You know, that's all I can do. That's what the Bible says. Pray for your brother, man, and just leave it alone, man. Keep on going. Let the Lord have it, man. That's all I know.
That's all you know?
That's all I know, Doc.
Okay, yeah.
I live by a simple standards. You know, it's fundamental, man. Fundamental, man. Love your neighbor as yourself. You know what I mean? You know, we gotta keep on going. If you know, if we really want to do something, we get out here and just, you know, it's like a neighborhood, man. Get over out here and do something about it. You know what I mean? You know, I do some things that I can't expand on the whole world, but I can do what I can do.
Yeah.
If I can help one brother, that's what I do.
So, but that's what we're here for, because the thing is, we want the local people. You know, like I grew up in Memphis. You know, like I was just telling him, I'm still over here. I live in South Memphis, got a house in South Memphis right now. So the thing is that we want to hear what our people got to say, and you got to realize there's more you can do. Because as an older man, of course, us younger men, you know, we got the energy, we got the emotion. You know, the younger generation up and coming, they definitely got that emotion and energy. But you got that wisdom, though. You know what I'm saying? Because an older man, it wasn't until I was around some older men that an older man taught me actually how to put brick and mortar. I had never done it in my whole life. I was 20, almost 25, and I just learned how to put some mortar on a brick to close a hole up.
Hey, but wisdom don't come with this here. Wisdom comes with, the Bible says, he said you ask for wisdom, he give it to them that regularly ask for it. So I had wisdom since I was 14, man. I come up in the family, I was born in 67. So I was raised with my dad and uncle. So, hey, man, you know, just keep doing what you're doing, man. If you can be blessing to somebody, that's all I can tell you to do. Keep pushing, man. That's all I can tell you.
Hey, look, what we're going to do?
I asked the Lord for wisdom, man. I asked him personally. It ain't got nothing to do with my mom, my dad, my children, nobody. I'm talking about me. I love my children. Yeah. But I can't do nothing about what they do out there, partner. I pray, I raise them up in the admonition of the Lord. That's all I can do. And after that, You know, and they make mistakes. If I can be there for them, I can. But there's a mistake they got to deal with. That's their consequences. I'm gonna keep on sleeping though. I'm gonna keep on enjoying my life. That's just like everybody. That's this whole world, man. Man, we ain't here but a minute, man. You better enjoy your life, boy.
Hey,
I just love the baby. That's that smoke and advantage.
Yes, sir.
That's what the words say. Now, everything I'm gonna tell you.
It's gonna be. Hey, look, I like. That's what we liked it. We liked it because that's what we came in to come to find out. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna come back around and ask you, because I'm glad you said that. We want to hear some more of your wisdom, because this is about getting the voice of the people. You know what I'm saying? Which is why we were just touching on. He asked a question when you before you came in, right? About us. Well, do we believe that we were over here? You know, he was asking about something that happened with something that Tariq Nasheed put out, but we is. So watch this. Hear what you got.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of O.C., king of whom Salmanasseh, king of Assyria, led away captive.
So the thing is, what we showing here right here, we just showed that according to the Bible, so-called black people, you know what I'm saying, Hispanics, natives, we, according to the Bible, called Israel. Our enemies came and put another name on us. So we leaving from one captivity and we were trying to get away from it. Watch this, go ahead.
I'm gonna read it again. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of O.C., the king whom Salmanasseh, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
So that's the thing. That's what they was over here. You know what I'm saying? They took a time to leave, just like we be trying to do, right? We try to separate. We try to get us some of our own. That's what they did. They said, hey, look, we're going to go around and keep the laws that we couldn't be. You know, we couldn't keep, when we were up under another man's hand, we was in slavery, right? Come on.
Verse 42, that they might keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
Right, so what y'all, if y'all don't know, y'all know where the Bible took place at?
Jerusalem.
Where did the Bible, look, when you reading with the Old Testament a lot, where was the Bible taking place? What majority of the Old Testament especially was taking place?
That's a complex question.
It's a complex question, right?
Hey, look.
The reason why I say it's a complex question, because the version we read, the King James, that's a chopped up version. The original Bible has more than that. Did y'all know that?
Yes sir.
What we got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's the broken down, what we can understand version.
Right.
The original got more than that. You don't even see the book of Enoch. Y'all up on that?
Yeah. The book of Enoch they got out now, just to address the book of Enoch they got out now. That ain't. Yeah. That's a whole nother thing. That ain't the book of Enoch that the Bible referring to.
Enoch in the Bible.
Huh? That's what Enoch in the Bible, right?
That's what I'm talking
about. Yeah, it does. It's talking about the book of Enoch.
I looked at it. Right. And he was taken up. He was like the only one.
Right, so what was his time to be able to write that story in the book to read?
I ain't never read the book of Enoch.
I'm just saying, like whoever done read it, how you get spoken? Right. You know what's up? Okay, but look at this real quick. Just to show you, this is the KJV. The books that's missing are right here. So now it's actually out here. We never knew it. You know what I'm saying? So all them other books we were referring to, they right here in this whole Bible. So what they did was they would give you a slave Bible and different things like that. They would take certain parts out. I'm only gonna give you this right here. You see what I'm saying? But what's that? Ecclesiastes 12 amongst many books. Yeah, because this is the thing right here. If our forefathers wrote this, it's the truth in it. They come and they try to make different types of Bibles, like the NIV and different things like that. What do you think they doing with these other books?
No, they really chopped it down.
But watch, the whole point behind it is so you can stay away from this because your power is here. You see what I'm saying? Your power is in the KJV. You know what I'm saying? With your history and stuff like that. But read that.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished. Of making many books, there is no end.
You see that? Of making many books, there's no end. Everybody writing a book. But guess what? Who's inspiring you to write that book? You know what I'm saying? You got to understand it. Whoever was writing the book of Enoch, guess what? It wasn't inspired by God because it would have been in the collection of books. Bibles mean collection of books. You see what I'm saying? And all our forefathers gave basic instructions before leaving the earth of what God inspired them to give. Read.
And much study is a weariness of the flesh.
Yeah, much study is the weariness of the flesh. Meaning when you get to studying all these different type of books, your flesh start getting tired. You don't know where you going. You start trying to do this, implement that. And a lot of this stuff is not pure when it's outside the Bible, or you can't filter it through the Bible when the Bible actually speaking of it. You see what I'm saying? So get that in Peter's. Get that in Peter's. You know what I'm saying? Because God gave our forefathers, he put the spirit on them. They was in the spirit. And when they wrote those things, they didn't have a thought in their mind to be like, oh, I'm going to write what I want to write. It was like, no, I'm controlling you to write these things out how I need it to go for the people. So when it come time, when I talk to them, I'm going to be able to deal with them according to how I want to. You see?
The book of 2 Peter, chapter 1 and verse 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
You see that he said, know this first. The prophecy in this Bible, the thing that was wrote, it ain't of no private interpretation, meaning you can't have your own thought based off of this. Meaning God tell you how to read the Bible. He tell you, hey, this is what I'm saying right here once you put the puzzle together. Right. You see what I'm saying? So it's a proper way God said, this is how you read the Bible. Read.
For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man.
So he said it didn't come by the will of man. Read.
But holy men.
What kind of men?
Holy men.
Meaning men that were actually doing what God commanded them. They were separate. They were a different type of man. Read.
But holy men of God spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost.
Moved by what?
The Holy Ghost.
You see that? So God was dealing with them. It was a different type of power.
They was anointed, right?
Basically. You see what I'm saying? So those are the ones that wrote this. Those are the ones that wrote the Bible and things like that. You see what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing right behind it right there. Get Psalm 16 verse 11.
The book of Psalms, chapter 68, verse 11. The Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those that published it.
See that? So it's saying the same thing. The Lord gave the word, and great was the company of those that published it. Meaning what? When we talk about King James, guess what? He had the thing authorized so it can go into different languages. You see what I'm saying? Because right behind that, we went into slavery. So when you see about the scriptures and things, guess what? God gave the word. It wasn't of no private interpretation. You can't sit back and write this stuff out and tell us what's going to happen 1,000 years in front of us. You see what I'm saying? That makes sense what I'm saying? Okay, yes, sir. Okay, cool. So did you understand?
I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Did you get what he was speaking about in second narrative?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just to my point, basically what I'm saying is it took place in Africa. That's what a lot of our people don't know, right? When I say that, because we were talking about the youth and everything and about empowering them with knowledge. Okay, a lot of them, look, we live in Memphis, right? Memphis is what? It's a majority black and brown city, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, how many of them know the Bible took place in Africa? How many of y'all knew the Bible took place? That when you sit here reading, it's taking place in Africa. A nice majority of it, right? Because when I say that, where did Moses deliver them from? Egypt. Where Egypt at? Right, in Northeast Africa. So the thing is, that's what's not being taught. And just like that, the people that came over here, right, it said they left out of captivity. They went into captivity under the Assyrians, right? Under Salmanasseh. They get free. And they take what resources is given to them when God freed them up. They take it and they come to a land. This place in the Bible was called Assyria. You know what I'm saying? Where man never dwelt. That's what it was called before. It was called America. And you can go look it up.
Okay, but let me ask you.
Yes, sir.
What about Constantine?
Constantine.
Talk to me about Constantine.
Yeah, you talking about what I know you're going to Council Nicaea?
Constantine.
Right. Yeah, so with Constantine, you want to know, like, what you asking, like, about him? When it comes to the Bible? Because I'm following you when you try to go with Constantine. Because, do you?
Constantine.
Go ahead.
Established what we now know is Christianity, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Because of why? Why he did it?
Right, for ruling, for power, right? Because you ever hear about the Crusades with Christendom and all that, right? So when you're dealing with Constantine, he the one that brought in the different beliefs of like Easter and everything. He took different pagan religions and different stuff like that, and he combined them. Because why? You know, they control the people through their level of belief, right? You know what I'm saying? They control the people through their belief. Just like now.
You believe it or not, that's the root of war, religion.
Right.
Every war, major. What's one of the main things they fight over? Religion. They use it as one of the main tools.
Because that
control the mass.
When it comes to it, right? Yeah, you correct. You correct. I say that because when you're dealing with it, right? Usually, their spiritual beliefs sets they what? They principles. That's their moral guide. So you know what I'm saying? They know they rely strongly. That's why we read earlier in Hosea 4:6. It said, "My people they destroy from a lack of what?"
Nah.
There you go. And that's the knowledge we're not being taught. We're not being taught. How you doing? So, but yeah, that's exactly what we're going over. Just to answer your question, yes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we them same people. Them same people. You know what I'm saying? We just called by different names through captivity. You know, through captivity, we was called Native. We was called blacks. We were called Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? All these different names. That's what they were called. But according to the Bible, it said those people are called what? They the children of Israel. So that's what we showing now. You know what I'm saying? So now we did educated, but now that's what with us coming on that basis. We seeing the issues now because what was happening then, they don't know the law and they know who they was. It's happening now, right? So now we talking on a level of more dealing with those issues, like what we were just going over, right? A lot of our miseducation come through what? Social media, right? It's called social engineering. They socially engineer the people. So we were talking about how it affect our kids. I do got one thing. This sister over here in the corner, like the first people that deal with the children, who?
I got one.
The first people that deal with the children, who?
Typically, it is the mom.
The mama. So the women, y'all one gotta push the baby out. You know, you gotta push that baby out. You gotta care for that baby. So I'm gonna come back to you. I got your family. I want to ask you what you think about what's happening now and with the children. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear what a woman's input on this.
I think one of the main things that do need to be taught, besides what he was saying about like trades and stuff, is like emotional intelligence and emotional regulation and being able to take rejection or, know what a boundary is and be like, okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. And that mostly because, again, becoming a crash out is just way too popular. And it's like, you have stuff to lose, even if it's just your life or your freedom. Think about that. Like, make a better choice. Go do something else or walk away from the situation or use your words or, just take your L and move on. That's a big problem.
So you saying it's a big problem, the fact that the young men don't have emotional intelligence.
Young men and women.
Right.
I ain't just gonna put it on you because
right.
Be out here wild.
You right, but my whole thing behind it is that how would they be able to get that? Because think about it. You said typically the woman is already dealing with the child, right? So do a lot of women have emotional intelligence, or like how does that work? You know what I'm saying? So we can get down to the bottom of it and see like what can we do or what has to be put into play for it.
And I wouldn't even say, because I'm not somebody who's like, oh, all men are like this, or all women are like this. Like, emotional intelligence and maturity stuff just comes with like working on it. And sometimes you do need to have like an example. You need to see somebody that is able to walk away from a situation where you wouldn't have been able to do that, or have somebody that you can talk to and just be, a good mentor to, or mentoree, whatever. Just somebody, that they can basically have as a role model, again, to emulate the stuff that they should be doing.
Right, so you said role model. A lot of the times, the man is already gonna be that role model, that protection, that everything that's gonna govern and show from his wife on down to the kids on how things should be done. And I said should be because, you know, we are destroyed.
Yeah.
We have been beat down to the bottom and we trying to find our way up. You see what I'm saying? But the Bible actually tells us, hey, this is how you're supposed to conduct yourself. And guess who's supposed to push it? Who you think is supposed to push it, first and foremost?
According to the Bible, it's the man.
The man.
Be, the leader of the household.
You know what I'm saying? And then who you supposed to be following?
God.
Okay, God, Christ, man. Then who's after the man?
It's supposed to be the woman.
It's supposed to be?
Yeah.
So you're right. It's supposed to be the woman and then the kids, right? So I mean, everything comes from the top and goes down. So Christ actually tells us, hey, this is emotional intelligence right here. This is how you're supposed to conduct yourself. You see what I'm saying? Read what you got.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh the city.
You see that? So it takes a lot to take over a city, right? So you, like, our younger people have to know how much it matters for you to be able to even rule your own spirit in a manner to be able to think, have self-control, to be able to calm down. So this is literally telling you, hey, don't let anger take over you for you to make a rash decision.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So now these things has to be spoke. Because think about it, what is it, 2025? Man, emotional intelligence came around probably like a year ago. They really started talking about it about a year ago. You know what I'm saying?
Silent and listen. Both spell the same. Use the same letter.
Okay, they use the same letters, but
listen and silent, use the same letter.
So, but what he's saying, that's a good attribute to have too. To be able to be silent, know when to listen. Because guess what? What they say, you got two ears and one mouth for a reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But read that again.
He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh the city.
You see that? So whoever can rule their spirit is better. They better than somebody who can take a city, because guess what? You can calculate things. You can sit back and you can see, oh, if I do this, this is the consequence behind it. If I murder somebody, guess what's gonna happen? Either I'm gonna get murdered or I'm gonna go to jail and do some time. So do I want to have to go sit down and do this time? Nah, I don't want to do this. Guess what? If I smoke, what's the consequence behind smoking?
Especially depending on what you're smoking, your health and finances, your time, a whole lot of stuff.
You see what I'm saying? So guess what? We have to literally sit back and think about what we doing. And man, do I really want to go through these consequences? Do I really want kids to look at me as this example? Because we are examples, whether it's a good one or a bad one. You see what I'm saying? So guess what? The emotional intelligence, the young man has to be around men. Him coming up here to get his hair cut, guess what? He gonna remember this and he gonna be like, man, he was getting paid. Man, that was a job. Hold on, I might want to cut hair because I don't want to go out and do this type of work. In a sense, it's inspiring. I learned how to cut hair a little bit because I seen the dude cut my hair. Okay, well, cool. Well, I'm finna learn because why? It was then shown to me as a young dude. And guess what? You don't know what these kids are putting in their mind. So the communication gotta be what?
Right.
It gotta be good, right?
It does.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.